Hi everyone, welcome to this exciting journey where we dive into the field of technology, innovations and creativity. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever dreamed of making a robot that will obey your commands and or developing an app that millions of people use, or even a game that is going to be the next big hit? Sounds amazing, right? Yeah, here is the exciting part. You need not to wait for that thing. You can start creating it today itself. Imagine this. Robots are performing surgery in more precision than humans. Also, drones are delivering the packages straight away to the doorsteps. And similarly, the robotics is emerging to every field nowadays. So, it is very important to learn and acquire these robotic skill set. Otherwise, you are going to be outdated in this future world. All these creative and innovative ideas comes from one major part, learning and exploring. Here is where Evolve Robotics comes in. With a 6+ years of experience in this field and with a partnership of across 20+ schools all over the Kerala, we are helping students to achieve their dream of making a robot and building their own creative skills. Are you ready to become the next great creative innovator? Let's dive in. First of all, let me ask you a question. What robotics is? Study of robots, right? Yes, it's study of robots. Now, my next question is, what is a robot? A machine? No. A robot is a machine, but all machines are not robots. Like this fan, AC, refrigerator, all these things are machines that will help the human task easier, but these machines are not robots. But we can convert these machines to robots by programming. So, a program will help you to give the commands to these machines, and it will do or work accordingly as our commands. And before that, for a machine to be a robot, that machine should sense the things from outside world, and it should think or it should process it by its own, and it should provide some kind of outputs for that. Similarly, all these kinds of machines that can sense, that can think and they can produce output can be termed as a robot. Okay, now there is one robot over there and we need to pass our commands. I am communicating you with the language of English. Likewise, we all communicating to each other with the help of languages. Likewise, we need to communicate with these machines also, and for that we use programming languages. There are so many programming languages available all over the world like Python, Java, C++, C, Perl, Scala. So many languages are over there. And for some small kids, that is not they are not able to learn these programming by their own at the small ages. And for that, we can use block coding programming like Lego Mindstorms are there and PictoBlocks are there. And by using these programming languages, we can communicate our visions or our needs to these machines, and they can work according to our commands. Okay. And we are doing this program in our system, and we have the machine which is at some distance from that. And how can these messages or how can these communication can be sent to this machine or can be sent to this robot? The informations or the messages or the commands that we give through the programming is stored inside a chip inside the robot that is known as a microcontroller, or sometimes it's a microprocessor, and we are sending this information to the brain that will be act as the brain of this robot that will command to do this thing, that thing, all the things that can be done by this brain part, okay, this microcontroller part. The program that we have done, or we can we write the program in our system, and we can send this program to the brain of this robot, and it will do the task accordingly as we program. Okay, so for a robot, one physical structure for that means that is the physical existence of that robot. And after that, we should connect some motors, wheels, and batteries, all things to this thing, right? And in order for that, we need electronics for a robotics, because all the wire part means electrical parts all comes under this thing, and that's how these machines can move and all. And the computer science part that I have already told about the programming part that is very important for a robot to work, and the programming part also should be there, that is computer science part. So the robotics is that means it's a shield that comprises of this mechanical part, electronics parts, and this computer science part. This is all about robotics. First of all, let's move to Lego. Here you can see the image of a Lego robot here. You can see that this is very much similar to a toy car, right? But this is not a toy car. This is a robot. And what if I need to move this robot forward? What are the things that I can do for that? Here you can see two motors are attached to this Lego robot. And if I need to move my robot forward, I can spin these two motors in the clockwise direction. And what if I need to turn this in the backward direction or to move it in the backward direction? That is very simple. I can rotate these two motors to the backward direction, right? So, in order accordingly, the robot will move backward. And now the movement for the forward and backward part is done. And what if I need to turn this robot like right turn and left turn? And for that also, we can use the help of these two motors. There are two methods for that. The first method is I can make one motor stationary and other motor means moving forward. Then also it will take a turn like a parabolic turn. And if I'm spinning this in the opposite direction, like one motor forward and one motor backward, this is going to turn in right 90 degree. And in these two ways, we can turn a robot. For both left turn and right turn, we can accordingly adjust the motors. Okay, all these things are done in programming part, and this programming part is done in Lego Mindstorms. As these are the things that we need to move this robot forward and backward. And this is the only thing that for a robot to work? No. Like humans, which are the sense organs that humans have? Eyes, nose, ears, tongue, and skin, right? With these help of these sense organs, we can sense the surroundings or we can interact with the surroundings. Likewise, these machines also want to interact with the environments, how to take some inputs from the environments and how to be like human in this environment. And for that, we can use sensors for that. You can see an eye-shaped sensor over there and its name is ultrasonic sensor. How do these bats and dolphins use echolocation to find out the obstacles and prey in front of them? Similarly, in this ultrasonic sensor, you can see two eyes are there, right? From the first eye, that is a transmitter part. It transmits the ultrasonic waves continuously. If some obstacle is in front of this robot, it will hit on that obstacle and bounce back that echo to the next part, that is the receiver part. Likewise, they can understand that one obstacle is in front of that or something is going to be hit if I go forward. This kind of information it will get from these sensors. Okay, and we can program accordingly as if we need to stop the robot if when some obstacles are over there, or if we make a turn over there if we see some obstacles over there. We can program the entire thing accordingly in our programming part. The only thing we need to understand is the basic working principle of these motors, of these sensors and all. Along with this ultrasonic sensor, we can attach color sensor also to a Lego robot to detect the colors. Suppose that I need my robot to follow a line. Suppose that one black white surface is over there and I draw some black line over there and my robot need to follow this black line. What I can do for that? I can attach a color sensor for that. Right? Yeah, here you can see the color sensor. This is the sensor that is going to attach to this Lego robot. By using this color sensor, it can detect which color that is going to be moved on. And if I am programming it accordingly as to follow this black line, it will do like that. Okay. Have you seen this video? And in this video, it only uses these two sensors, that ultrasonic sensor and color sensor. And the only thing that is set apart from the entire things that I have told before is that it is created a bumper part over there in that Lego robot in order to preserve its own existence. And if you only know these things also, you can do this programming. How's that exciting, right? The more things that will teach you at the time of training. Now imagine not just one robot. There are multiple robots together to complete a task. And this is called swarm robotics. Have you noticed that ants work together to form a colony for their own? And similarly, if multiple robots are combiningly working together to perform some tasks, we can call it as a swarm robotics. And Embody is one of the robots that supports swarm robots. This is Embody. This will work accordingly as Lego programmed. Here you can see the ultrasonic sensor over here and the color sensors are attached here. Okay. And apart from this, we can do the joystick control over here. There is a joystick. If we put this forward direction, it will move forward, and if we push it backward, it will move backward, and it will do the turns as also. Suppose that there is a group of robots, and we can call this group as a swarm. And each robot in this swarm communicates with each other with the help of sensors and by using some pre-programmed logic. One of these robots will act as a master and all the other robots will act as a slave. Whatever the things that is done by this master is exactly copy-pasted by these whole slaves. So, in order to complete a task more time efficiently, we can control only one robot over there and all the other robots will do the same task as on this master robot does. We have already discussed about swarm robotics. Now let's dive into electronics, the true backbone of robotics. If robotics is a superhero, then the superpower is electronics. From blinking a light to solve the complex tasks, everything everywhere is under electronics. Okay, first of all, let's begin with a simple LED blinking task. That's very simple, but it's the very foundation of this electronics part. Here you can see a circuit, and in that circuit you can see LED over there, jumper wires are there, breadboard over there, and Arduino board is over there. And I'm going to program this LED as such. I need to blink this LED. Okay, so that first of all I need to connect this circuit, and I take this LED over there. There is a large end and a small end over there. The large end will be the positive part and the small end will be the negative part. This large end will be connected to one of these digital pins in the Arduino board, and the small end will be connected to the ground of this Arduino board, ground pin of the Arduino board. And after this connection is done, I am going to upload an Arduino code to this to this Arduino, and accordingly the code will work and the LED is gonna blink over there. And for that we can use the C programming. In the void setup part you can see over there I have set the digital pin 3 as a digital output for that, because the LED is going to connect it to that pin number 3. And in the loop part we can set, like, first of all the LED need to be high for some seconds. So I give the LED number 3, pin number 3 as high for some time. For that I just give a delay over there, and after that I need to turn it off for some time, and for that I'll make that pin as low for some time. For that I will give some delay over there, and this thing is going to be continuously run over time so that the LED is blinking over there. Okay, now this is all about this LED blinking program, and so many advanced parts can be also done in the electronics part if you know how to programming in theirs and how to connect the circuit properly. For this you need to have some robotic kit also with you. Then only you can have this Arduino, jumper wires, LED, and all these things you have to be in your own. Then only you can do your projects by your own. So we are providing a robotics kit also to our students so that they can engage by hands-on by their own to create their own projects to enhance their creativity and all. And at Evolve Robotics, we help you to acquire these skills step by step. And you will learn from Lego model building to advanced electronics with our help and guidance. Okay, and if you have any more further queries or questions to ask, you can feel free to contact us. Also, along with this, we have provided the YouTube link of our channel. You can just visit that channel and you can see so many videos related to this content are available over there. Just go through it. So, are you ready to take the first step? Yeah, you can join today and start your journey towards a great innovator. Let's build the future together.